Most men over 60 don't realize it, but the way you start your morning could be silently destroying your circulation, draining your energy and aging your performance when it matters most. And the shocking truth is this: that simple glass of plain water you drink first thing in the morning may be one of the biggest reasons why your blood flow is slowing down. Your body feels heavier, and intimacy feels more difficult than ever before. In my practice, I've seen countless men blame their age, their stress, and their bodies for these changes. But the reality is, the problem often begins with a simple morning habit they never, ever think to question. I want you to think for a moment about those times you felt your hands and feet grow cold, even in a warm room. Think about the bone-deep exhaustion that hits long before midnight, or the frustrating moments when your body just doesn't respond the way it once did. Think about that quiet, creeping fear of losing the part of you that makes you feel truly alive and confident. I'm here to tell you that this isn't a weakness. It's not your destiny. It's a signal. Herein lies the paradox. Water by itself does almost nothing to activate your blood vessels in the morning. But when you add just one natural ingredient in the right way, you can trigger a powerful surge in circulation, sometimes in less than 24 hours. It's just 1 teaspoon, one small change. And I've had so many men tell me they feel like they're 20 again. My name is Dr. Evelyn Hartwell. I've been a men's health specialist for over 30 years. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how this works. For most men, the crisis in their circulation never announces itself. It doesn't arrive with a dramatic warning or a clear, obvious sign. It slips in silently unnoticed, like the slow dimming of lights in a room. One day, you feel strong, capable, and present in your own body. Then, almost imperceptibly, you realize something has shifted. You wake up, and a strange heaviness hangs over you. It's not in your muscles or your bones, but in your very spirit. You find yourself sitting on the edge of the bed, wondering why your energy is already gone before the day has even begun. Your hands feel cold. Your feet feel distant. You look in the mirror, and the man looking back doesn't seem to have that same spark of life. The cruelest part of all this is that no one warns you. No doctor pulls you aside at 55 and says, "Listen, your blood vessels are starting to lose their flexibility, your circulation is slowing down, and your body is being quietly starved of the oxygen and blood flow it needs." No one explains that the warmth, the strength, and the intimacy you've taken for granted your whole life can slowly fade away, not because you're old or broken, but because your body is losing its ability to push life-giving blood where it needs to go. And with that loss comes a tidal wave of emotions that men rarely, if ever, talk about. The quiet embarrassment of struggling during moments that used to feel completely effortless. The deep frustration of pretending everything is fine when, inside, you're terrified. The fear that these physical symptoms are stealing pieces of the man you once were, inch by inch, day by day. I've sat with countless men who describe this same silent pain. "Doctor," they say, "I just don't recognize myself anymore." They talk about sitting beside their wives, feeling more like spectators in their own lives than active partners. They talk about losing that feeling of power and presence in their own skin, that pulse of strength they once carried without a second thought. And behind all the words, there is always the same unspoken question: is this it? Is this how it ends? But here is the truth that most men never get to hear. The problem isn't your age. It's your circulation. It's the silent drop in a critical molecule called nitric oxide that drains the very essence of being fully alive. When the blood flow slows, life slows. But when that flow returns, everything returns with it. And the most amazing part? Reversing this doesn't have to take years. It doesn't require invasive procedures or expensive prescriptions. The switch inside you can be turned back on. Sometimes, all it takes is one small change to that morning routine you never questioned. For their entire lives, most men have been told that the healthiest thing they can do is drink a glass of water the moment they wake up. We've all heard it. But what if that deeply ingrained advice is actually part of the reason your circulation continues to weaken after 60? What if the one habit you trust the most is silently working against you? Imagine the first moments of your day. Your body is just beginning to wake. After hours of stillness, your blood is thick and sluggish. Your heart has to start working harder just to push that blood through vessels that have lost their youthful flexibility. At this exact moment, your body's nitric oxide levels, the molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and open, are at their lowest point of the entire day. Your cells are crying out for oxygen and circulation, and the first thing you give them is plain water. It enters your system offering nothing to activate your blood vessels, nothing to kickstart your internal engine. It just dilutes what little power is left, leaving your arteries tight and your blood moving with the heavy weight of winter. This is why those mornings feel so heavy. It's why your energy vanishes so quickly, why the warmth in your hands and feet fades, and why intimacy can become so frustratingly unpredictable. https://u2.be/i3od6 3z1c?TVYN4G-895ERLZX35. It's not a flaw in your character, it's a flaw in your chemistry. Your blood flow is simply never given what it needs to truly awaken. Men tell me this all the time. Doctor, I thought I was doing everything right. They drink their water faithfully, hoping for a change that never comes. They start to fear that this fading is permanent, but their bodies aren't failing them. Their bodies are just waiting for the right activation signal inside that water. That signal is hidden in plain sight on almost every kitchen counter in America. Raw, unprocessed honey. For many, it's just a sweetener. But what if I told you that this golden liquid, when used correctly, is a biological switch capable of awakening your circulation faster than anything you've ever tried? Raw honey is packed with natural flavonoids and antioxidants that directly trigger the release of nitric oxide. When nitric oxide rises, your blood vessels relax and widen. Blood moves freely again. Oxygen floods your brain. Warmth returns to your hands and feet. Energy surges through your muscles. It's the closest thing nature has to flipping a switch and turning life back on from the inside out. But here is the critical part that almost everyone gets wrong. They take this incredible ingredient and unintentionally sabotage it. They stir it into boiling hot tea or water, which destroys the delicate enzymes that make it so powerful. Or they spread it on toast or mix it with oatmeal, which causes a spike in insulin. Insulin is the enemy of nitric oxide. It effectively slams the door shut on circulation just as you're trying to open it. Men try this, feel no difference, and then blame themselves. They think, I guess I'm just too far gone. But it's not their body that failed, it's the method. The secret is all in the timing. The right way, the way that has transformed the lives of so many of my patients, is a simple morning ritual. The moment you wake up, before anything else, you take 1 teaspoon of raw, dark honey. The darker, the better, as it's richer in antioxidants. Stir it into a glass of warm, not hot water. Squeeze in the juice of half a lemon, which provides vitamin C to protect the nitric oxide you're creating. And finally, add a pinch of cinnamon or ginger. These are natural warming agents that help your blood vessels become more responsive. Drink this slowly on an empty stomach within the first 10 minutes of your day. Then, and this is crucial, wait at least 20 minutes before you eat or drink anything else. That small window is everything. It allows the honey to enter your bloodstream without any interference from insulin, giving it a direct line to activate your circulatory system. It's not a chore, it's a ritual of activation. The changes men describe are profound. I'll never forget a 67-year-old patient named Marcus, who told me he felt like he was disappearing from his own life. After just 1 week of this protocol, he came back to my office and told me his hands were warm for the first time in years. A few weeks later, he looked me in the eye, his voice thick with emotion, and said, "Doctor, I feel like I'm living again, not just surviving." Another patient's wife called me in tears to say, "Thank you for giving me my husband back," after he had thought intimacy was lost to him forever. This isn't magic. It's biology. Your body wants to come back to life. It remembers what vitality feels like. It just needs your help. And this morning ritual is only the beginning. You can multiply its power with a few other simple acts of respect for your body. Stay hydrated throughout the day to keep your blood thin and flowing. Incorporate simple movement, like a 10-minute walk after meals, to act as a pump for your circulation. Prioritize deep, restorative sleep, which is when your body repairs its vessels. And finally, avoid processed sugars that work against you, choosing the healing power of dark, raw honey instead. These aren't punishments. They are choices. They are signals you send to your body that you are ready to fight for your life again. Because the truth is, you're not done. You're not finished. You are rebuilding. The question is no longer if you can get it back. You've seen that it's possible. The science is there. The path is clear. The only question that remains is, will you? Are you willing to take that first small step? Your body has been waiting, quietly asking for help. It remembers the strength, the clarity, the desire, and the power you once felt. It's all still there, dormant, waiting for the right signal to awaken. That signal can be a simple teaspoon of honey in a glass of warm water. The choice to reclaim the man you know yourself to be doesn't start next month or next week. It can start tomorrow morning. The life you want to live is on the other side of that choice.